root and the aerial part, the whole plant. So the roots are more famous for like liver and your kidneys. The aerial part is the part that helps with the pulmonary edema.
Anything else you want to add that we haven't discussed? This is like a lot of information.
Any thoughts?
Well, I love that you said you love dandelion. I lecture on it a lot when I'm lecturing to vets and the public. And, they did a study with Chinese herbal practitioners in China who are treating humans. And they said one of their questions was, if you had one plant that you could use and you couldn't use anything else, what would you choose? And these, very well-esteemed, famous Chinese herbal practitioners, acupuncturists, they said taraxacum, which is dandelion, because it has so many things that can help you in it. So I think sometimes with cats, it's very hard to get them to take medicines. And so it can be the same with little white dogs, I find. And a lot of little white dogs have heart disease, right?
Heart disease.
Mitral valve disease. And so I had one case, and his name was Henry. He was a little white dog. He was 13. He'd been in oxygen twice. He was a house call. And so I go out to him. This is in northern Alberta. And he was a little violent. He didn't really love me. So he got very worked up, and he didn't have great teeth. And the dandelion extract that I was trying to use, that I use, is usually in a glycerin extract. There are multiple companies that make these. I don't like to give them alcohol, but she couldn't get it in. So she had gone and just bought a packet from like the health food store of literally dandelion that was dried up. The root and the aerial part, the whole plant. So the roots are more famous for like liver and your kidneys. The aerial part is the part that helps with the pulmonary edema. And she said, I don't know if this is any good, but I'm making a tea. And she would make it. And he lived for 2 years on this. 2 years when he had been supposed to be euthanized the week I met him. Like, he truly was a very, very sick little dog. And he had a great he still could bite me. His big goal was, and I'll tell you, he did a great job. I knew he was feeling well if he was like, kill you. Yeah.
I used to have those kind of patients too. I'm like, oh, he's not trying to attack me today. This is not good. Well, maybe the dandelion would help a little bit with his little liver chief stagnation and anger issues.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. That and ginseng, I do tell people, I do think that ginseng is such a famous chi tonic, and overall it will just make them feel so good and run around like your old guy. So, ginseng's in a lot of Chinese herbal formulas that have been around for thousands and thousands of years. It's totally safe. It's totally bioavailable. It makes you feel fantastic. And my entire staff during COVID was taking ginseng. Or, we probably, we decreased our coffee bill by 50% because we just started taking ginseng. So,
well, that's probably a good thing.
So if we could just bottom line it for you, we would say that, the dogs that don't have murmurs yet, but you're thinking that they're going to, that's the stage A or whatever that you mentioned, just the diet and CoQ10. And then as soon as that murmur is appearing, probably something like Cesarex. And then as the congestion appears, you got to get your dandelion going. And to do all this is to not to put yourself at odds with a cardiologist. You can follow their advice as well. And you could know that as you follow both paths, there's going to be synergies between them. And you don't actually have to choose one path or the other.